and decades of development gains and food crops for millions. And now, before we have had any time to recover from that, we have been hit by El Nino weather that has forced me to declare a state of disaster in 23 out of 28 districts, making me the first president in Malawi's history to declare a state of disaster every year of his time in office thus far. And if hearing all this makes you feel like Malawi should not have survived such shocks, you're right. But I came here to tell you that Malawi is a miracle, because despite the anguish Malawians have gone through and the pains they feel, Malawi has not only survived, but is in fact showing signs of recovery. And one of the secrets to our survival and recovery has been the World Bank's IDA, which I'll describe as Malawi's trusted and reliable ambulance in addressing the structural imbalances on the physical, current account, and monetary side occasioned by the shocks we have encountered. And like any good ambulance, IDA has saved Malawi from the brink by operating at 2 speeds simultaneously. The faster speed to immediately treat the collapsing organs of our aiding economy in real time whenever disaster strikes, using quick response instruments to mitigate the impacts of external shocks on the poorest, and the slower speed to get the economy to the hospital for long-term treatment through structural reforms for sustainable and inclusive recovery. On the faster speed of immediate treatment inside the ambulance, IDA has swiftly provided Malawi support to respond to national, regional, and global emergencies affecting food security and balance of payments. Key to this have been initiatives like the Social Support for Resilient Livelihoods Project that aims at responding and building national resilience to disasters. Another example was the $60 million in IDA support we got from the crisis response window to restore the operations of Kicc power plant, which was damaged by cyclones Ana and Gombe, resulting in the loss of 1/3 of our electricity generation capacity. Similarly, IDA is financing big reconstruction and infrastructure damaged by Cyclone Freddy last year, as well as helping us scale and smarten up our social protection systems and engage communities in the restoration of forestry, riverbanks, and degraded landscapes. A more recent example is how the bank has quickly responded to my appeal for $446.5 million in international support for the 9 million Malawians in need of food assistance in the face of El Nino. And it has done so by releasing $57.62 million to support the country's disaster response, while a further $7 million is coming through the sovereign drought insurance policy with the Africa Risk Capacity, ARC. So in total, the emergency care we have received inside the IDA ambulance en route to the hospital has risen from an average of $100 million in disbursements 4 years ago to now around $6 million, which is a record. In fact, Malawi is the first African country to sign up to the IDA's new crisis response toolkit, which will enable IDA to respond even more rapidly going forward. But let me conclude by talking about our ambitions for IDA on the long term